I told you kids it would take a while, but the arrests are coming. Jack Smith, we got news on that today, and it looks like Hillary and Obama are coming down the pipe, and many, many more. Welcome to Doug in Exile. Shout out to the Quad Club. We've been waiting for this for a long time. Don't forget to join our membership below if you want to see some behind the scenes stuff, including tonight, usually Ange and I at the Doug and Angie date night level. You get to come on a date night with us, members only. But here's Mike Davis on, well, this one's on Hillary and Obama. We'll get to Jack Smith in just a minute.
Let me promise you guys this. These are the appetizer indictments, and just wait for the main course. And the main course, as I have very publicly called for the last 3 years on Charlie's show, on the 5,000 other media hits where I've been a total media whore for 3 years since the Mar-a-Lago raid, we need to open up a special grand jury in Fort Pierce, Florida, for conspiracy against rights. That's where they did the Mar-a-Lago raid, Fort Pierce, Florida.
So that's what ties it to a grand jury in Florida, because you don't get to pick your grand jury. It has to just go out to anyone. So you want a good pool of conservatives. So because Mar-a-Lago happened in Florida, that is the worst thing Jack Smith and Merrick Garland ever did, was conduct a raid there. This is different than the grand juries that they pick from in Virginia, Washington, D.C., New York. This is Florida. We got a good chance there.
A special grand jury to investigate all of this lawfare going back to the Russian collusion hoax, Hillary's campaign, Barack Obama, Joe Biden, Hillary, Brennan Clapper, Comey, Andrew Weissman. This is an ongoing criminal conspiracy. There's no statutes of limitations. Problem 18 USC section 241, conspiracy against rights, when you politicize and weaponize intel agencies and law enforcement to go after your political enemies, like they did to Trump, like they did to his top aides like Bannon and Navarro and Jeff Clark, like they did to his supporters on January 6th when they persecuted them, like they did to parents, Christians. Well, there is going to be accountability.
So this is conspiracy against rights for anyone involved in the circle around the Mar-a-Lago documents raid. That's what they're going to do. A conspiracy involves a lot more people than just one person. That's why they were floating up RICO charge ideas. I don't like the idea of RICO charges. I really like the idea of getting individuals. If they get them, there ain't no statute of limitations against that.
Damn sure that happens.
Well, I love that. And here's what's crazy about what's happening right now. I've been hate watching MSNBC for the last 2 days, and I'm learning a lot, actually.
I've been hate watching MSNBC for about 10 years.
So every so often, what you do is you watch it, and then the commercials come on, and you turn it off so that you don't give them any credit for that. That's what I do. No, I'm kidding. I don't have that much time or attention to pay to it. But I have been hate watching it, and they are sullen. They were like, they have completely weaponized the justice system. And you hear that in John Bolton's statement saying, I'm the latest victim of Trump's weaponized. So now,
John Bolton, you're not special. You're just one guy in a long line of indictments coming. By the time this thing is over, you're going to be a nothing burger in the grand scheme of things, because we're going to get Jack Smith. To me, that's the big news. And Jack Smith, man, they got to rat that guy out. And now I'm taking this time to thank our sponsor, Chapter. Medicare annual enrollment goes through December 7th. This is when you select your Medicare plan for 2026. Your response to this channel has clogged the phones over at Chapter, and I love it. But don't take my word for it. Listen to this from one of you. Kim was great and saved me over $1,500 a year. Great customer service. She takes time to explain things to you. She looked at all of the different offers out there that benefit you the best. I'm so glad Doug Tenaple, ding, from Doug in Exile, ding, ding. Very impressed with Kim. She did a great job, and I appreciate her. Give her a call, unquote. I like saving you guys $1,500 a year. What other YouTube channel do you watch and you save $1,500 a year? Chapter and I are trying to help you. You're gonna have to call. You have to move a finger. Don't wait till the last minute. Call today so you can enjoy the rest of the year with peace of mind. Don't procrastinate like those other seniors on other YouTube channels. Doug in Exile seniors are the kinds of people who get to it. For free, unbiased Medicare help, dial 631-961-8696. 6. That number is linked in the description and the first pinned comment below. That's 631-961-8696. Tell them Doug in Exile sent you. Here's where Jack Smith started. I'm taking you back to October 12th. This is just 5 days ago with Tommy Tuberville, okay? Listen to what he said with he and Marsha Blackburn putting this thing together.
Well, first of all, if you do it to a sitting United States Senator, 8 of us, you'd do it to anybody. And so it kind of sets a precedent. Jack Smith shouldn't be able to get a dog catcher's job after all this is over with. Marsha Blackburn and I are trying to look into a situation where we can get him disbarred. There's no...
Okay. Now they're going much farther than that. Tommy Tuberville. This is going to involve Marsha Blackburn. This announcement is just today. I got another hint for you. This one you guys are going to find absolutely delicious. Check this out. I love this one. This is that Svetlana Lakova gal. I've tweeted her a bunch of times. Ed Martin. So look at this. This is Ed Martin. This is the guy Trump hired to go after. This is his attack dog, his bulldog. He says, "Good morning, America. How are you?" Like it's nothing, but they're sitting in Florida. Why is Ed Martin in Florida? Here's Svetlana. Ed Martin is in Florida and he's not on vacation. Buckle up, buttercups. Grand conspiracy indictments are coming. That involves Mar-a-Lago. They're putting the grand jury together. Here's a little off comment that I just put together, breaking. Now, this is a rumor, insider by Josh Hall. He's generally reliable, but again, I couldn't find anything to back this up. But breaking, hearing from a source, a very well-connected individual, that Adam Schiff will be the next major deep state indictment to come, and it is going to be one of the most serious criminal cases ever brought against a politician in American history. Buckle up. You guys want arrests? I'm going to turn a fire hose on you. It's going to hose in your mouth, and you're going to go, "Hey, Doug, too much, too many arrests." This is Mike Davis again saying Big Tish was just the order.
Went after our side for nonsense. They went after our side for non-crimes. They politicized and weaponized intel agencies and law enforcement with made-up charges that eventually got kicked by the Supreme Court. It wasn't just Trump and his top aides like you, Bannon and Navarro.
Bannon went
to
prison.
You guys have the wherewithal to fight this. They went after parents, Christians, protesters on January 6th. They hunted them for years. So these lawfare Democrats, I would say, we are just getting warmed up. James Comey and Big Tish James are just the appetizers. Hearty appetizers, but they are just the appetizers.
They're hearty appetizers. I love that. Guys, and everyone will post, I look on Twitter and all the comments are all, nothing will happen, no one gets arrested. That's old. It's old and frankly, kind of uninformed and dumb. We're so beyond that now because it takes a long time to put these things together. I hope you guys can see that. If you want it to stick, then you can't just go off half-cocked and run these indictments. Now, we're going to get to more. But here's I just like Byron Donalds here on the Democrat plan. They have nothing. On CNN.
Well, Republicans have always been willing to negotiate in good faith with the Democrats because we don't have these poison pills in our negotiations. I do want to be transparent and clear on that. Everybody.
Look at that face on her, smug. But they don't believe you.
Well, but also you have to understand what they're trying to do politically is find a win. Because they've been losing since last November.
That's right.
They have no wins. They have no strategy. They're looking for something to cling on to. And I want to stress to the people, not just in Florida, but around the country, the Democrats could have made these permanent back in 2021. They didn't. They could have negotiated this when Chuck Schumer was Senate leader and Joe Biden was still president, even though Kevin McCarthy and Mike Johnson were speakers of the House. They didn't. They put a poison pill for the end of 2025 on purpose because they wanted to wield a political weapon. That being said,
so there he's saying that it was a year ago that the Democrats knew that all this Obamacare funding would be over at the end of 2025. And then they would put this poison pill in and they would know that they would shut down the government. So this is a long time plan first of all, hats off on the Democrats for having their evil plan that long ago. And then it worked. Okay. I like seeing people, I just want our side to be a little more aggressive on the shutdown stuff. Okay. Wait. Now we're going to get to more of some John Bolton details. Now, this is a newsworthy group chat. Remember how I commented before? Oh, I think it was yesterday, how Democrats went nuts on these young Republicans, racist chats in a small group text. Here's John Bolton's group text that the news will not tell you about because it makes him look bad. This is Greg Price, laugh my A off. This is allegedly an exchange between Bolton with his friends and families, sending them classified information. I'm just gonna jump in on this. This is from the legal documents. I think it was a lot of pages against Bolton. On or about July in 2018, Bolton sent individuals 1 and 2, that's either a friend or a family member, it's illegal to send it to them, a message that stated, "More stuff coming," said the walrus. A few minutes later, Bolton sent individuals 1 and 2 a 24-page document which described information that Bolton learned while national security advisor. He's guilty. It's done. You're over. Less than 3 hours later, Bolton sent individuals 1 and 2 a following message that stated, quote, "None of which we talk about," unquote. Individual 1 sent a message stating, "Shh, that's a cover-up. That's a conspiracy. John Bolton is done. This is guilty. He's guilty." And we found this, by the way. I found out, I don't know if those charges are on here or not, on how we got it. Oh, here it is. Okay, let me find it for you. Hold on. Here's Sean Davis. John Bolton's only hope is a left-wing jury nullification. They have him dead to rights on sending top secret intel to his editor friends. He also sent them out to editors, all so Bolton could get a multi-million-dollar book deal. Was it worth it, John Bolton? These are the people he sent it to. And it was top secret information to book editors. They didn't have a right to see it. But wait, there's more. This is some of the details on how we got those messages. Remember I said we hacked another country, and that's how we got these messages? From the Bolton indictment, Bolton's personal email, which contained classified info, was hacked by Iran. It was Iran that got into Bolton's AOL account and pulled all the messages out of it. A complete enemy of the USA is getting all of our detailed intel from John Bolton. Thanks, John Bolton. You know, we were sending flights over there, bombing their nuclear facilities, and they hacked your AOL account probably because your password was 1234. Now, my Doug in Exile audience, if your password's 1234, let's get another password, kids. Okay, Bolton notified the government. So he notified the government that he was hacked, but did not mention his possession of the classified documents. And there it is, that it was Iran that we got Bolton's documents from. Imagine that. We're hacking Iran. We're looking at all the stuff against Israel, and blow up this building, blow up that building. And then there's a bunch of John Bolton AOL emails in there to his family and to his editors releasing classified, top secret American information. Here's Paul Sperry. So John Bolton recklessly sent classified White House info to uncleared family members so he'd have it for his memoir using unsecured personal email, yet locked up a classified report exposing the Russia-Trump intelligence fraud in a White House safe. So Trump couldn't see it. So John Bolton, now we find out, had access to the Democrats trying to frame Trump with the Russia fraud, and he locked it up in a safe. Bolton did, instead of helping his own boss. Scumbag. Breaking sources tell me in 2018, former Trump National Security Advisor John Bolton received a classified memo summarizing the explosive report, exposing how Brennan cooked up the Putin-Trump intel. But Bolton stuck it in a NSC. That's one of those burn safes. They're like it's very hard to get into. Hats off to Kash Patel. A safe, and never briefed Trump, never told Trump, believing the Brennan intel. And we'll get Brennan too. I could give you so much more news, guys. This is going to have to wait till tomorrow because you guys have been so good. Tonight's date night with Angie. If you're a member at the Doug and Angie date night level, you get to see us hang out tonight. We're going to a Christian event, a Fight Laugh Feast with Doug Wilson and all those gangs out of Moscow, Idaho. We're going to see my pastor, Dr. George Grant, preach. However, hopefully you just dig this episode and you're calling chapter right now. I'm Doug in Exile, and I love working for you all, bringing you the news. This is my happy place. I can't thank you enough for making me so happy.